As the color of blood washes over his field of vision, her smile alone remains brilliantly white.
Let it all out. All the filthy stuff. All of it. Turn yourself inside out some more.
As Sadashima gang collapses, Yuka stands up. The viscera piled on top of her dribbles onto the ground. With his fading vision, Sadashima sees something that were once part of his body is now dotting the asphalt. Strands of white fluid spill from Yuka's crotch. They run down her inner thigh in several rivulets. Yuka doesn't seem to pay that any mind. She just toys with her hair, and she watches the boys' bodies expel their own innards.
I told you, Oni-chan, you're all stupid. It's funny though, all slimy and dirty, just like the contents of your head. Well, I guess I might as well give you to Gore to play with.
Didn't she say Gohan? Isn't Gohan like something to do with like feeding food to eat?
No leaving leftovers this time, okay?
Yuka speaks to no one in particular. You can hear someone's faint laughter coming from a direction he can't pinpoint. The last thing Sadashima hears before his consciousness fades into the darkness. Koji opens the apartment door, his expression glum. I'm home. Welcome back. Kyo-chan, what happened to your face? Azumiko comes out to greet him. She immediately goes pale. But you're all cuts and bruises. What? Have you lost a fight? This isn't like you, Kyo-chan. Yumiko makes a joke of it, but when she sees it doesn't cheer him up, she realizes it's serious. She furrows her brows and peers into his face. Kyo-chan, what's wrong? What happened? Fucking jump scare. What's going on? The deep male voice coming from the living room door at the end of the hallway makes Koji finally look up. You! Standing there is the man they ran into near Yuka's mansion yesterday. His stubble and sunglasses are gone, so it makes Koji a moment to recognize him. But through the long coat and that indomitable expression, there's no mistaking him. The man bends his tall frame and peers into Kyoji's face. Now that I'm listening to him, doesn't he have Ando's voice actor? Like the teacher? He does sound similar, doesn't he? Either Ando or the teacher who was possessed. Yeah, I think it was the teacher who was actually possessed. Not Ando, but the teacher who was possessed. A brawl. No serious wounds, as far as I can see. Whoever beat you up doesn't know how to throw punch properly. You'll be fine. Miko frowns in displeasure. Hey now, I've been hearing that some people got hurt really badly recently, especially because the ones who hit them didn't know how to throw punch properly. Things have changed since the days you were picking fights every day, you know. Yeah, it does sound like the teacher who was possessed like God. It sounds exactly like him. If you do not take all of the like, give me tachi, like all of the in the voices, it sounds exactly like the teacher. They must have used the same voice actor. The right seems to me there are plenty of idiots with short fuses back when we were his age. Koji cuts into the exchange. What are you doing here?
紹介しなきゃと思ってたの。彼ね、私の幼馴染で、やつでよしきっていうの。
Alright, I'm meaning to introduce you to. This is a childhood friend of mine, Yatsuse Yoshiki.
この町の出身なのよ。
He grew up in this town. Kyoji asked back mutually. And what's this Yatsuse-san doing in our apartment?
野暮用があってな。しばらくここに居候させてもらう。
I've got some business in town, so I'll be staying here for a while. Seeing Kyoji's indifferent response, Yoshiki smiles.
ずいぶん参っているな。昨日の様子からしてもっと食ってかかるかと思っていたんだが。
They really did a number on you, huh? From the way you treated me yesterday, I thought you'd actually lash out on me. Oh, really? I don't care either way. Kyoji slips past the two of them and goes into his room. Well, I mean, he did lash out last time. In Akane's route.
キョウちゃん、ちゃんと手当てしないと。
Kyo-chan, we still need to tend to your injuries. I'll do it myself. Hearing Kyoji's muffled reply from his room, Himiko drops her shoulder.
こりゃダメだわ。水深9000メートル級に落ち込んでるわね。
Well, this is no good. That is some 9,000 meters under the sea level depression.
マリアナ海溝か。
The body on the trenches, eh? Yoshiki chuckles.
いいの？キョウちゃんに聞きたいことがあるんじゃなかったっけ？
Are you sure it's okay to just let him go? I feel she wanted to ask him something.
いい。時間はまだあるからな。
It's fine. There's still time. With an indomitable glint in his eye, Yoshiki takes a cigarette out of his pocket. Do not smoke indoors! He's about to put it between his lips and light it when Yamiko snatches the light out of his hands with a sigh.
ほら、うちは禁煙よ。吸うならベランダに出なさい、ベランダに。
Yeah, you fucking tell him, don't ruin the fucking house! Bitch. Oh my god. Like, smoking inside ruins the house, ruins all of your furniture, and ruins your health twice as much because you are literally, like, inside of a box. Idiot. Hey, no smoking inside the house. If you want to smoke, step out on the balcony. You hear? Yoshiki shrugs lightly. I'm off. Having finished his breakfast, Koji is about to leave, his hands already on the doorknob, and he suddenly hears the door open behind him.
坊主。
Kid. What? Koji does not like being called that. He answers grumpily with a pout. Yoshiki smirks at him. Well, if you're answering with a pout to being called kid, you kind of fit the description of being a kid.
呼び名が気に入らないか、坊主。大人扱いでもしてほしいが。
Don't like being called that, kid. Want me to treat you like a man? Koji feels the blood rush to his head. Buzz off, I never said that.
言ってはいないが、顔には書いてあるな。
Didn't say it, but it's written all over your face. Yeah, it's... You pout when somebody calls you kid. It's so obvious you are a kid. Ishiki chuckles, his shoulders shaking. Willing to put up with him, Koji turns around and walks off towards school, but... The fucking shade. Are you following me?
それを自意識過剰という。同じ方向に用があるだけだ。
Not everything revolves around you, kid. I just happen to have business that way. Why do you have to piss me off with every single word you say?
いちいち腹を立てるお前が子供なんだ。ところで、昨べから聞きたかったんだが、その顔はどうした？喧嘩に負けたか？
Pretty charges that you get all huffy about everything you hear. Speaking of, I was going to ask you last night. What happened to your face? Did you lose a fight? Kyoji has a large band-aid on his cheek. He didn't want to put it on, since it would make him stick out, but the bruise would do that anyway, so it's all the same. Why would you put a band-aid on a bruise? That's not gonna do anything. What? I didn't lose a fight. There just wasn't a way I could win. Kyoji assumes the man would poke fun at him either way, but contrary to his expectations, Yoshiki doesn't laugh.
そういう時もあるな。
Well, that's just how it is sometimes. Yoshiki pats him lightly on the shoulder. It's oddly comforting.
ところで、お前に聞きたいことがあるんだが。
By the way, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What?
この間お前たちが出てきた館についてだ。お前、どうしてあの館に行ったんだ？
It's about the mansion you and your friends came out of the other day. Why did you go in there? The atmosphere around Yoshiki has changed. It's different from when he was cracking jokes earlier. Just like the first time they met, he radiates an intensity that pricks on Kyoji's skin. Even though he's feeling a bit intimidated, Kyoji replies with an effort. Why should I have to tell you that? Why shouldn't you?
言葉遊びをしたいわけでも、ガキの意地に付き合いたいわけでもない。人の生死が関係することなんだ。
I don't have time to play word games or humor stubborn brats, kid. People's lives are at stake here. For a moment, he considers laughing Yoshiki off and telling him to stop exaggerating. Kyoji doesn't like his tone. It's too domineering. Seriousness in Yoshiki's voice and expression stops him. He doesn't know why, but it looks like to Yoshiki, them having set foot in Yuka's mansion really is that big of a deal. After pausing for thought, he unwillingly parts his lips. We were doing a survey of the local area for school. We just went up there to make a map, and we accidentally stumbled on that house. I used to play around that area when I was little, but I never saw that house before, so we all took a look and...
誘われたか。
You were invited inside? Yeah, turns out a girl I've run into and talked with a few times in the street lives at the place, so... She falls silent and becomes pensive. Yeah, because I think I remember that in Akane's route, he didn't tell him shit. He didn't explain. But here, he tells him this, so that makes Yoshiki immediately be like, oh, so she has picked you. So he knows what's up. From the start. Hey, why are you so interested in that stuff? What did you even come to town for? You do know people think you're the culprit behind the recent disappearances in the area, right? Yoshiki regards Kyoji with a suspicious glance.
行方不明事件？
Disappearances? You haven't heard? A few girls were missing. I think it was 3 of them.
そうか。
That right? Yoshiki's brows furrow severely. Yuka calls him a friend, but he's probably not the culprit. Kyoji has no basis for that thought. It's just a spur of the moment feeling. That doesn't change the fact he's a mysterious stranger. What has he come to this town for? Hey, can you tell me why you came back to Kurehito?
調べに来たんだ。
I came to investigate something. Investigate? Like, what?
いろいろとな。それより、あの家に住んでいたお前の顔見知りとやらだが。
You should explain to
お前は何
him.
という？
You should explain to him a bit more. All sorts of stuff. But more importantly, you said someone you know lives in that house. What's her name? Her name? It's Yuka. There's a sharp glint in Yoshiki's eyes. It's anger, that's what Kyoji sees in his eyes. Yeah, I genuinely remember in Akane's row he didn't tell him this. Even through his dark glasses, he can see it clearly. Yoshiki's eyes are blazing with an unconcealable anger. At some point, they're crossing the downtown area. The road to Nishimori Shrine is just a turn away. What, has that girl done something? Instead of answering Kyoji's question, Yoshiki suddenly stops.
一つ、忠告しておこう。
Let me give you a fair warning. He stares directly at Kyoji now and speaks with a strong, authoritative voice.
あの女にはもう近づかない方がいい。
Give him a reason. Give him a reason, though. You're better off staying as far as possible from that woman. That woman? You mean Yuka?
そうだ。それと、この件自体に関わらない方がいいだろうな。俺のすることには今後一切口出しするな。
I hate this character. He's literally so dumb as well. Like, he's also so stupid. He's also very stupid. Like, you have to give a reasoning. You are talking to a child. I will always treat Kyoji like a little dumb child. Because he is that. You have to realize you're speaking to a stupid child. You have to give a reason why. You cannot tell Kyoji like, oh, by the way, avoid Yuka. Reason? Because I said so. He won't. You did not give him a reason why to avoid Yuka. Yeah, he has a strange feeling about her. But he doesn't have a reason why to avoid her. I would just straight up tell him the truth, like, that's a fucking demon. Like, genuinely, this infuriates me that he's just dismissive and he gives no reason why to avoid her. Absolutely no reason. And as a kid, it would make you more curious, like, oh, but why? Why should I avoid her? You're basically doing the exact opposite of making Kyoji want to avoid her. You're making him curious about her now. Idiot. That's right. You'd be wise not to stick your nose into this matter. Never ask what I'm doing ever again. Kichi frowns. Whatever this is all about, Yoshiki is exaggerating massively. This isn't some suspense drama on TV. Don't stick your nose into this. It's so stupid. Yeah. This commanding tone rubs in the wrong way too. Kyoji scoffs at him. The hell? First you barrage me with questions, then you boss me around. Yoshiki ignores Kyoji's words and starts walking towards Nishimori Shrine. He walks off without any regards for Kyoji, the back of his black leather coat gradually disappearing down the road. What's his problem? Kyoji kicks a pebble by his feet to give vent to his annoyance. Goes flying, strikes an electric pole and rebounds off. I wish it plonked him in the head. Killed him in an instant. Kyoji strides off to school in a huff. He heard him out and answered his questions, but what's with that attitude? He's fishy after all. There's anyone he's better off not getting involved with anymore. It probably isn't Yuka but him. But as he walks down the road and the school's white building comes into view, Kyoji's feet suddenly become heavy. While Yoshiki was walking with him, he was distracted enough to forget about Akane and Sadashima. Now that he's all alone, it all comes back to him in a flash. Don't worry, Sadashima's dead. That fall kept him up last night, but maybe Akane's dead as well. But all it cost him was some sleep. Akane got had so much rest than needed. Well, that's it for the episode, so bye-bye until next episode. Bye-bye!